going to move into the next area, which is position bidding. What you're noticing here is off to the left are all the positions that are open to be filled. When I look at the details this time, it says this is a preference. Preference means that I can go in, if there were 10 positions open to me or 10 blocks of vacation open to me, I could go in and say, ideally, I'd like this vacation block or this position as my first pick. This is my second pick. This is third pick, and so on. And at the end of the bid, which is determined by you, somebody with the right authority would go through and say, resolve it. At that point, Auctions is going through and saying, I'm going to give my most senior person his first choice if I can. And then with the second most senior person, I'm going to give him his first choice if it's still open. Then I'll give him his second choice, then his third choice, and so on. Now you can limit the number of choices that they put into the system by saying you're limited to an arbitrary number of 10, all based on your rules, or you can say it's unlimited. You can put a number next to each position open. So again, it's all based on your rules. Then you can say whether or not any auction is blind. Blind means, in the case of position bidding, maybe I want to see which captain, as an example, is working at the station that I'd like to bid on. Maybe you allow them to see it, maybe you don't. Retractable means, once I hit save up here, can I then go back in and change my preferences? Now, with the queue method, because each individual is seeing what days are available and essentially knows what days they will receive off, with the queue method, it's not practical to say that they can go back in and make changes later, because then it affects everyone above them and below them. But in a preference bid, it is practical because nothing has changed until somebody says, resolve the bid, and then awards it. Now, in the case of position bidding, you could send a message to everyone in your department using telestats saying, put in your bids for positions between now and the end of the month. Come the beginning of next month, it's no longer available to bid on. Once I hit award, the system will sit and wait until that date that you've given for the positions to take effect, and it will then update the roster and their personal information and report. Now, when I look at my bidders, Donald ID is first up, but it doesn't matter because this is a preference bid. The whole point of a preference is everyone can go in simultaneously and put in their preferences. And again, somebody with the right authority would then say award. Resolve and then award. Now, Donald has chosen this is his first choice, this is his second choice, and this is his third choice. And he saved it, but according to the details, he's allowed to retract it. So I'm going to go in and say, I want this to be my first choice, this to be my second choice, and this to be my third choice. Once I hit save, it's there for me to go back in and make changes to or not. So that's essentially the two modules. One is for leave bidding and one is for position bidding. And you can set them up in either a preference mode or queue mode. A preference mode means people can bid at their leisure until that bid has expired based on your rules. A queue mode means people go in order according to seniority. Whether it's designated block of time or whether it's that